When in Paris, I did go to the flea market, bought a painting, I still have it, Still Life, for $10. So I keep that one. And then when I went to the village, I saw a very nice marble statue of a flute player. Well, it was actually a flute playing. I bought that, and then I worked up
Yeah.
little by little.
Do you still have that first painting you bought in New York?
Huh?
Do you still have the first painting you bought in New York?
Yeah, the painting I bought at the flea market.
Oh, so that was your first.
And
when
the
you were in
marble, I
Paris.
still have them.
Yeah.
I like them, and memories.
Of course.
This one is not here, it's at home.
Okay.
But that's a French Renaissance. Henri II.
Yeah.
And that belonged to J.P. Morgan. And then I have a letter from his grandchild. All about it.
Oh, that came with it, documented.
It was in their family.
Wow.
And one thing led to another. I just kept working up.
Right.
And I had a good friend who was a collector. And I learned from him.
Yeah.
He said, you have this, that, and the other. You should specialize.
Yes.
You should go into one thing only and know it.
Yeah.
And then it can't be Renaissance.
Yeah.
And that's how it happened. And
So you came to, about the Renaissance, you decided to focus on the Renaissance?
yeah, I was collecting rugs, I was collecting this, that, and the other.
I see.
And the base from here and where. And that's the way to learn.
Right.
But still, he said, you'll be giving it somewhere, someday to somewhere. You ought to be a collection.
Yeah.
Well, good morning. I'm so happy to be here on the day of giving. It's been really exciting. Got some exciting things happening here. Today in the studio with me is Gretchen Wagner. She's our newly hired consultant, working with the staff of the museum, Wes Stoger and Susanna Munson. They're working on the future of the museum and outreach to the community and people and on campus. Gretchen, welcome. And that was a great interview you did just now with Carl Lutz. Can you tell me more about Carl and his collection?
Absolutely, sure. Thank you very much, John. It's been a pleasure to work with the university thus far to help shape the future of the museum, and spending time with Mr. Lutz and exploring his collection with him was just a fantastic way to kick off my time with the university thus far. So as you saw in the video, several works from his collection are currently on view at the University Museum in the heart of campus at Feiner Hall. They're on long-term loan to the benefit of the university and the region. So I encourage you to visit them. After graduating from SIU, where in fact Mr. Lutz saw had his first encounters with arts, he went on to have a lifetime of traveling and working abroad, and that inspired his passion for the arts and for collecting, particularly Renaissance painting and sculpture. So he has graciously and very generously shared his collection with all of us.
Yes, Carl Lutz is a treasure. And so could you tell me a little bit more about why the university is so important, or why the museum is so important to the university and the surrounding region?
Absolutely. Let me just give you some context. The University Museum was founded in 1874 during what's considered the Great American Museum movement of the late 19th century. Other university museums that were founded during that time include those at Yale and Harvard universities. So we're among an elite group. And since its founding nearly 150 years ago, it served thousands of students, some of whom have been student workers, as well as thousands of school children around the region, Southern Illinois region. The museum is many things: a place to visit and experience art and exhibitions, as well as a safekeeper for over 60,000 objects, art and historical artifacts. So there's something for everyone to enjoy at the museum. And I encourage you to make a visit.
Okay, well, thank you, Gretchen. It is an exciting place. And now we've got two videos coming up. One is with the John Lustig from the Illinois State Museum, who's got some news about an exciting exhibit coming up. And the next is Najar Abdul Masawi, who is one of our faculty. Hello, John. How are you doing today?
Dean Politz, it's great to hear you. It's great to see you on these strange times, but thanks for having me. We're really excited to talk about the Rocked and Rolled exhibit that we're going to be bringing down to Carbondale.
Well, tell us all about it. We're excited to have you here, and thanks for coming on our Day of Giving when we're looking for people to support the University Museum.
So one of my ideas, the ideas come from all directions, but being back here in metropolitan Chicago, the best way I could merge our collections at the State Museum was to think about music as an inspiration, but also one of our core holdings is our geology. So it just, again, lightning hits, and here we come up with the idea of rocked and rolled. So we're comparing music through art, and we're comparing it and we're contrasting it up against geological specimens, minerals, fossils, etc. And there are some fantastic conversations that they're having, but I think people are interested in the music themed art.
Oh, exciting. Thank you, John. Tell me more about why you think that the SIU University Museum is a good place to bring this.
So as an alum, the music scene down there was a touchstone. I mean, coming from the suburbs of Chicago, and so not only was the campus, the studio spaces over in the old glove factory, but we could hear music all week long, but also the amazing concerts. And it's a trigger. It's inspiring to us. And so what I wanted to do is to tap into some of the history in the special collections, but also in the university holdings. So we're going to be personalizing the exhibit and adding on to it with a lot of great Southern Illinois University history, music themed related memorabilia, but also things from the geology holdings as well. So I'm very excited about that.
All right, John. That is, I like I say, I'm excited too. I can't wait. We've got big things planned. Could you talk about the installation that we want to do?
So what we're working on right now is to invite everyone who comes to see the show to bring in their own memories and feel their own inspiration. If you have any old memorabilia that you want to add into the exhibit, there's going to be this organic experience that you're going to be able to we're going to have a living sculpture basically, and we're going to hopefully you folks can all participate as an alum, as someone from the community who has your own memories. We want you to share those, and we'll get the word out on what we're looking for soon, but that's something to for everyone to pay attention to, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're still in the planning stage. One of the things that also we're planning is to have a big event on Friday, October 15th, along with the Alumni Association. We're talking about having a big music event. More on
Why
that.
not?
We don't know for sure what's going to happen, but it'll be big and it'll be fun.
We want everyone to come and spend time, and if you haven't been on campus in a while, and I've been back a couple of times in the last year or so. We brought an exhibit to the University Museum 10 years ago, a WPA era museum era exhibit. So I'm happy to be working with my alma mater again. I'm happy to be partnering the State Museum with SIU. We want those to grow and makes us all stronger when we're sharing resources and expertise, and hopefully inspiring everyone throughout the content that we're providing.
So today, this is just not a small taste of what can happen at the University Museum, but it's one of many shows. And the University Museum is a gem in our region, and your donations on the Day of Giving are going to help us to bring exhibits like this to campus and more. So thank you for your donations today on the SIU Day of Giving. And John, thank you so much for spending some time with us. And we'll be looking forward to working with you.
We'll see you in the fall, SIU and Salukis rock, right?
All right, they do. Thank you, John. Thank you for joining me, Najar.
Yes.
I'm going to talk right now with Najar Abdul Musawir, who
Yes.
is an artist and painter and teacher in the art and design department here on campus. And I'm going to ask him, what does the museum mean to you as an artist and as a professor?
Okay. The University Museum is an institution within itself. It is a place in which time cannot stand still. That we are constantly going back to the past and seeing all kinds of various artifacts and all these infographics about culture and society and all these particular individuals who it was inventive, because artists are inventive. And so me as an educator, I find that as a place of learning, which I direct my students to. I tell my students, go check out this artifact, go check out this painting, go check out this print, check out this narrative that this museum has that you may not be able to see again in your life. Because our institution, our museum, has the same respect as you would go to the St. Louis Art Museum or the Art Museum, Contemporary Art Museum in Chicago, because that is all about, they are all about education. And as an artist, it really allows me to be able to not only be more informed in terms of my own studio practice, but me as an artist, my students get to see me in the real world, that I'm not just someone who read about what I teach, I am what I teach. And the museum becomes a vital instrument in being, for me to be able to carry that out between me and my student and my own creative work.
Wow, that really brings home to me, and I think to everyone who's watching this, the importance of a university museum on the campus of SIU.
Oh, without doubt. I think that that's just, the museum has an excellent history. They've had some great directors over the years. I've had opportunity to meet at least four or five of them over the years. And one of the things that I found interesting is who they bring into the university. They reach out to DC, New York, California, Chicago, Wisconsin, so many places. And then they also reach to China, Japan, Ireland, Scotland, Africa. And so you have like Nigeria and so forth, and Ghana. You bring all this into this museum, and we get a chance to see all that and experience all that. And so how do you not want to be supportive or appreciate something like that? I have to. We have to.
Yes, wonderful. And so today is the time for everyone out there. It's the Day of Giving, 2021.
Yes.
So please join Najar and me in supporting the University Museum on the Day of Giving.
And if I can quote you, join your friends, support the University Museum on the Day of Giving.
Yay! Thank you so much. Thank you, Najar, for that great endorsement of the museum on the Day of Giving. And Gretchen, sounds like we're having an exciting fall coming up, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely, John. Fall would be a great time to make a visit to the University Museum. I understand the museum is working with the Alumni Association on a very special event on homecoming weekend, so it'd be a great time to come out.
All right, yes. And you too can be a part of all this excitement and go with us forward by making your donation to siuday.siu.edu. siu.edu. And now let's hear a little something about the SIU Press. I'm very proud of this press. We are doing such exciting things. And we're going to have Todd Doty, an alumnus who is who works for, he'll tell you, for Doubleday. And then after that, we'll have a short video with Amy Etchison, interim director of the SIU Press, and English professor Pinckney Benedict, who are going to tell us about their project, Blanket Fort Radio Theater. This is a really exciting project that brings in WSIU, the SIU Press, and the English Department's creative writing program. This started out as a way to, an idea of how to make the press a little more 21st century, maybe. And so we got together with Dr. Benedict's class, and they came over to use our podcasting studio that we were able to buy with Day of Giving funds last year. And they started out doing their readings of books, not just audio books, but readings of books. They'll tell you more about it, but it was just got going when COVID hit last year, and they had to make some changes in the way they did their stories. Well, let's let Pinckney and Amy tell you about it. Thank you so much for our time and listening about the University Museum and the SIU Press. Go Dogs! Joining me now is Todd Doty, Senior Vice President, Deputy Publisher for Doubleday, and a 1995 SIU grad. Welcome, Todd.
Thanks, John. Thanks for having me. I've got my SIU shirt on and my Quattros cup here. And I hope all of my fellow Saluki alumni will join you on March 3rd for the Day of Giving. You can give to the institution of your choice. You can give to SIU Press, who's doing great things on the publishing side and podcasting side. You can give to the WSIU stations. You can give to Touch of Nature. Just choose and donate, and hopefully we can raise some money for our beloved SIU.
Thank you, Todd.
My pleasure.
All right.
Hi, I'm Amy Etchison from SIU Press.
And I'm Pinckney Benedict from the SIU English Department.
We'd like to tell you about an exciting new storytelling initiative at SIU called Blanket Fort Radio Theater.
Blanket Fort Radio Theater is a collection of student-produced podcasts in the form of serialized audiobooks. The books chosen for Blanket Fort Radio Theater are previously published titles from Southern Illinois University Press.
In contrast to standard audiobooks, Blanket Fort productions have a distinctive sound that features musical underscoring and many actors playing various roles, giving the recordings the nostalgic feel of radio theater production.
These podcasts are available on Spotify, iTunes, the NPR One app, and on the WSIU website. You can also follow the links on our website, www.blanketfortradiotheater.com.
The first Blanket Fort season featured an audio adaptation of the SIU Press book, A Night of Another Sort, Prohibition Days and Charlie Berger by Gary Daniil.
I'm Charlie Berger. I guess you're wondering why I'm here.
You had a wonderful quality, a heart of gold.
Booze vendor, gambler.
He went and bought this stuff and set it on the porch.
A bad character man from Ledford.
Prince among prisoners.
He would leave money in envelopes under their doors.
There are several charges against him for selling liquor.
Booze vendor, gambler.
Heart of gold.
Prince among prisoners.
Bad character man from Ledford. Wanted by authorities in Williamson, Franklin, Washington, and Johnson counties in Illinois.
The students were responsible for every aspect of podcast production. They started recording last March, utilizing a brand new state-of-the-art podcasting booth in Morris Library that was purchased with funds donated during a previous Day of Giving campaign.
The second season of Blanket Fort Radio Theater is an audio adaptation of the SIU Press book, Survived by One, The Life and Mind of a Family Mass Murderer by Robert E. Hanlon with Thomas B. Odell. This production tells the chilling tale of a gruesome murder that took place in Mount Vernon, Illinois in 1985.
With your support, we can continue Blanket Fort Radio Theater. Already, it's providing many benefits for the students who are gaining critical experience working with a professional publishing house, for SIU, which can use this project as a recruiting tool, for the listeners who are introduced to works they may not have known about or who are reintroduced to works in a new and entertaining form.
And for SIU Press, a publisher with a bright future as a 21st century press in the digital age, creating works in new formats and adapting to the changing habits of readers and writers.
Thank you for supporting SIU. We hope that you will consider supporting Blanket Fort Radio Theater.
Again, this is Amy Etchison from SIU Press,
And Pinckney Benedict from the SIU English Department.
encouraging everyone to make your own blanket fort
And tell a story.